pound of mesquite is awesome.
I actually have a couple of pounds of mesquite that I've got my mom to get from, I think, Trader Joe's when she was in the States one time, and I haven't made a traditional with it, but I'm going to, honest.
Well, the mesquite honey makes the best traditionals because it's got that, I don't want to say woodsy, but it comes across to me that way, for lack of a better descriptive, but it's got such a great spiciness to it that it just translates into the mead when it's finished. It's just like, actually that was my first mead I won an award with at Mazer Cup was with Mesquite Traditional.
Cool.
I'm looking at my cup right now. They're all on my mantle.
Have you got any other particular varietals that you really like or particularly don't like, Rob? For melomels, a lot of times I do the standard of like for like. If you're whatever you're brewing with for additions, you want to kind of go with a honey that complements that, or the same type. For blueberries, you might want to use a blueberry honey. I kind of depart from that a little bit. For berry melomels, honestly, I love to use cranberry honey. I do. It's not tart. It's got a great berry flavor to it, just raw out of the jar. And I've found that really complements my melons a lot more than using the same type of honey that you would think. It's like, just for me. Of course, we were talking about that earlier. You brew what you like. Yeah. Well, I've always figured if I was going to get a brand new honey, I'd definitely try traditional with it first before polluting it with anything else, just to just so that I knew exactly what the flavor was going to be like.
Yeah. What's like? We were talking about buckwheat earlier. Now, I've tried it from the place you get your source from, but yeah, not a huge fan. I love buckwheat honey on toast. It's great. It's good for, I've got a couple of Polish friends, one in particular. There's the bus. There you go, Merritt. We both like eating it, but we don't like brewing with it so much. But like how you're using it, maybe a kilo in 5 gallons. Yeah, that might work. It's got aspects that I like. I just not so much for a traditional.
Just too much of a good thing in some cases, or need
too much of a barnyard thing.
Too much of a barnyard thing.
I'm hoping. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh, I was hoping this year to finally get a few pounds of saw palmetto, which it's got that sort of smoky thing going on as well, which I hear. I have not gotten my hands on any yet, despite being down here. But I'm this year for sure. I'm gonna get a few pounds of that and see what kind of traditional that makes, because it sounds like mesquite honey, a little bit.
Yeah.
It's supposed to. Yeah.
Anytime you get smoky and honey at the same time, I want to try it.
Yeah. So let's see how. Hopefully, I'll be able to report back really soon.
So, have there been any honeys that you've tried but not had a chance to brew with? For me, there's a apiary called Bee Sweet that I bought a little pound jar of their aster and goldenrod honey, and you could really, really taste the individual flowers in it. Like, it really did taste like asters and goldenrod smell. It tasted like fall, and I wish I could afford to make a whole batch out of that stuff.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I guess for me it would be that saw palmetto or metafoam that I'd really love to. I can't wait to make a batch of this marshmallow mead.
I've got a buddy of mine that's chasing. He's actually chasing a marshmallow mead. He's got at least 6 different batches he's trying out. He used the wild foam honey because we got a good deal on it, and they ship to us for free. Oh. And actually, Bee Folks ships to APO addresses for free, so I get a lot of my honey from Bee Folks wherever I'm at in the world. And I got, so like all my U.S. honey I buy from Bee Folks,
and all my overseas honey I buy wherever I'm at. So it really works out well. And it's still cheaper to buy from them a lot of times. When I was in Korea about a month and a half ago maybe, and I said I got some wildflower honey from there. I got 4 kilos of acacia, 4 kilos of wildflower, and 4 kilos of date.
Ooh.
Yeah, and for that I spent about $200. So yeah, it's not cheap, but it's for the opportunity to make a traditional from these different countries that we would never see.
Yeah. That's
I mean, it's totally worth it for me.
Yeah.
And that's my own little thing I do with my hobby. Is I try to. Some people pick up, memorabilia and stick it on a shelf. I pick up honey and brew it.
It's great. And that can last for years.
Yeah, and it can, especially doing the traditionals. It gets the longer shelf life factor going.
Oh.
But I mean, seriously, as far as overall varietals, mesquite and probably cranberry are my favorites. But that doesn't mean I only use those. I've got 5 different honeys upstairs, including some sourwood. Still don't know what I'm going to do with that, but I couldn't not buy it.
No. Yeah.
I got that in Florida.
Yeah, northern Florida and Georgia have sourwood in the summer.
Yeah, we were driving down to visit relatives and we saw a roadside stand and we're like, we're pulling in.
Well, I know there's actually a cranberry farm around here, and it's actually not that far from the apiary, but I don't think the apiary I deal with goes in for specialized batches like that.
Yeah.
We'll put a hive in the middle of the cranberry patch.
But, if and when I do manage to get into beekeeping myself, I'll definitely talk to them and see if I can stick a hive on their property, if they haven't already got someone doing that.
It might prove fruitful.
Well, actually, I ran into tripped over an article the other day about someone in this area who accidentally got into beekeeping when they found a hive of bees in their wall, actually, and they started renting out hives. And so they'll come and they'll do the work, and you get a certain amount of the honey, and they get the rest, and you pay them for a month, and It's a really cool idea. They've I think got up to 200 hives doing it this way. So if there a way to start slow and working my way up to the 100 hives I would need to have in order to be a meadery in Ontario.
Yeah.
One of the ideas.
I'm working.
Well, maybe that flow hive will help you do that. At least with the collection. Doesn't mean you don't have to take care of the bees and all that stuff. But the flow hive.
Yeah, that's the thing. My sister-in-law is actually planning on getting one of those, but they're really expensive per unit.
Yeah, $600 or something like that.
Whereas once I get the plans, I should be able to make the thing. I will probably have to go with the full suit. I don't respond well to, sharp pains. I tend to jump and flail, and that would be really bad when working with bees. So
not a good idea.
Yeah, I'll have to have the full suit and just sort of suck it up.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm back.
Hey, there she is.
Yeah, and the whole thing dropped again. Voice meter crapped on me. I'm going to have to, after this show, I'm going to have to totally reboot, clear the cache, and bring the system back up. I think maybe it's just getting clogged. So, yeah.
It's getting stuck up with honey.
Yeah. Apologies to the listeners out there. Technical issues. Sorry about that. I'll clean it up as best I can tomorrow, I hope, and get a new copy uploaded. So for those of you listening live, apologies, I'll try to fix it recorded, and those of you getting the recording before I fix it, apologies, I'll try to fix it.
And for anybody wondering what they missed, mostly we were just talking about our wish lists and then what's going to happen if AJ plays with bees.
Don't jump around and scream and shout.
Yeah, I know, which is why I will be wearing the full armor.
Exactly.
Not that I suppose they can't sting you through that, because, where there's a will, there's a way, but...
Bees are good at that sort of thing.
Well, if you really took them off.
Yeah, very true.
Oh, I have an odd question.
Okay.
It's just for the group at large.
Have an odd answer.
70?
We are odd answers.
How much honey does a typical home brewer have sitting around their house?
42. Oh, sorry, that wasn't the question, was it?
No.
Actually, 42 would have been about my answer.
Pounds or gallons?
Pounds.
Yeah.
Let me see. I've probably got...
On average, not just necessarily right now. You may have just
on average, I don't know, between 60 and 80 pounds. Not a lot.
Not a lot, she says.
Yeah, most people are like, oh my God, I've got a honey bear in the cupboard. Yeah. It's funny because around here, you never have to ask, where's the honey? My husband just goes and finds the nearest pail and pries the top off and gets what he needs, It's...
my wife knows better than to do that. She goes, which one can I take?
Yeah. He knows not to touch the meadow foam. Beyond that, everything else is... I've got like a 60-pound pail of orange blossom, and that's, that's a whatever you want to use it for, honey, because I can always get more of that.
Oh, yeah.
I hate you guys.
Yeah, I usually have at least 5-7 gallons of orange blossom sitting around. Or
We're gonna have to figure out a way to get some orange blossom up to her, because otherwise she's
gonna
kill
I've got
us all.
I have 3 or 4 pounds of orange blossom that my mother got me when she was in the States, but it came from a company in New Jersey, so yeah. Now I'm guessing it's just the processing company is based in New Jersey and they've got bees all over the place.
Yeah, but, I'm sure they probably buy it from Bee Natural, because they've got like 150-gallon vats of the stuff in down home.
My mom's always in Florida, and I'm like, when you're in Florida, get me some OB. And she's like, well, I couldn't find it there. I got it here. It's like, really? Okay, fine.
See, right now I think I've only got maybe 3 gallons, but I've done a lot since I've been here in the last 3 years, so I've kind of tapped out a lot of my honey. Yeah. Oops. Pick that up in Germany.
Fortunately, right now it's only 4:00 in the morning there. So, do you have to work today, Rob?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, God.
I get up in an hour and a half.
Oh, Lord.
Right now, I've got maybe 6 pounds of blueberry, 6 pounds of cranberry, 6 pounds of wildflower, some sourwood, and a few kilos of cherry honey I got in Germany.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Oh, and of course the 12 kilos of honey I picked up in Korea. Can't forget that. God. Yeah. I really stop flying so much.
Yeah, AJ,
I'm paying about 100
here, and we'll go down and visit Nanny and go down to the Keys after that.
Yeah, I'm paying about $110 just for my standard. That's a 30-pound pail.
Yeah.
So it's not even the 5-gallon pail; it's like the 3-gallon pail of golden or white honey, which is either the clover or predominantly goldenrod.
You're paying how much for that?
That's $110 last time I bought.
So about $3 a pound.
That's not too bad.
That's not too bad, actually. Yeah.
Not bad at all.
It's